Good evening. Good evening, and how are you this evening? I hope that you are well. I'll give it a couple of seconds for people to drop on. You never guess what I'm just done. I thought I'll bring the rest of my iron brewing with me so I can have a little drink while I'm talking tonight. And I spilled it all over my carpet. So I've got a big orange stain on my carpet. I have obviously cleaned it up, but you can never see until you're in daylight, can you, how good a job you've done of cleaning things up. So tomorrow morning will be the tester of the orange stain on my office carpet. So hey ho, these things are sent to try us. That's because I've been lounging on the couch watching Still Game. Anybody watch Still Game? Let me know in the comments if you watch Still Game. It is one of the most hilarious. It's not a new series. It's a very old one. It's hilarious, set in Glasgow, and it's just so funny. So if you haven't watched Still Game, get it on your watch list. Anyway, I'm excited tonight because I get to talk about one of my favorite subjects. And I talked about it a little bit in my group this morning. I always kind of follow the theme from my group into the evening or my other pages, but very different tonight. So people are dropping on. So if you're watching live, let me know. Say, hey, I'm watching live, hashtag replay if you are watching on replay. For those of you who don't know me, I am Mandy Nicholson, and I am the Creative Genius Consultant. I'm an artist. I'm an author. I'm a creative retreat owner here in Scotland, and I help creative women to launch, grow, and scale their businesses and make more money. And tonight, I wanted to share with you something that I found by accident at the weekend, which is really strange. There's a lot of woo-woo things going on at the minute. I've put in the descriptor above. Tonight might be a little bit woo-woo. So to start with, it's the 22nd of the 11th, 22, 22, 11, 22. Repeating numbers are huge for manifestation, and I mean huge. Coupled with that, there is a full moon apparently rising in Jupiter. I know nothing about moon cycles, but I am alert enough to notice what's being discussed and what's being said online. So there's a huge full moon energy. Whenever there's a full moon energy, it's a massive time for manifestation. So you've got these angel numbers, and I've just Googled them before I came on here. The repeated numbers of 221122 stand for faith and trust, service to others, balance and harmony, adaptability, diplomacy, justice and justness. And it means that you are on your divine soul's purpose, creating your own reality. This is a perfect time for manifestation. So if you are, it's really weird because Friday night I had my goal setting workshop. I was talking about manifestation this morning in my group, talking about manifestation tonight, and I'm going to be sharing with you my 10 steps to manifestation success tonight, which is on a PDF. If you want it, you just need to say in the comments, yes, Mandy, I would like a copy of that, and I will wing it over to you in Messenger on Facebook. But wait until I've been through it first. You might not want it when you've heard it. And the reason I've done this on a PDF is I found it. My daughter was here over the weekend, and she wanted to get a boyfriend a leather-bound book. And I had a little leather-bound book, and I knew I had it somewhere, and I hadn't used it. And I said, don't spend your money. I'll give you this one. It's not been used. And I opened it, and in the front cover of the first page was written, my 10 steps to success, manifestation success. And I hadn't seen that for 2 years. And with a view that I was doing my planning and goal setting workshop on Friday, talking about manifestation this week, and I'm actually running the vision board workshop in my private community, the Creative Mastermind, tomorrow. This week has all been about manifestation, and it's the 22nd at 11:22. And there's a full moon. If there was ever a time for you to be creating a vision board and setting your goals for next year, now is the time. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to move into my 10 steps to manifesting success. Like I said, I've forgotten I had this. So it was really nice to pick something up that I wrote years ago and go, do you know what? I'm just going to use that on my live tonight. So I'm just going to run through these 10 things and discuss them with you. If you want the PDF, let me know. So number 1 on my 10 steps to manifesting success is forgiveness and gratitude. I know I talk about this a lot, and I mention it at the start of everything because I believe it is the start of everything. Whatever we're doing, it's the start point. It releases you. So I've put forgiveness and gratitude, release yourself. Release yourself from the ties that are holding you and binding you to the past. Those ties are stopping you from moving forward. Forgiving others and forgiving yourself and finding gratitude for even the small things that you have right now is a hugely powerful manifestation tool. Because when you let that go, when you release, when you forgive, genuinely forgive, it gives you back the power. And when you hold the power, you can do anything. Remember the date. Remember there's a full moon. You can do anything. It's great to take that power back from the universe by the simple act of forgiveness and finding gratitude. Get yourself a gratitude practice daily in your life, even if it's 3 things I'm grateful for every single day. And think about people that have wronged you in the past, that you may still be holding on to, those niggles. You might not even realize it. Then you need to forgive them, and you need to forgive you for holding on to them. That's step number 1 on my 10 steps to manifesting success. Number 2 is mindset. Cultivate a positive outlook and find the silver lining in everything. Honestly, this is such a powerful manifestation tool. When nothing phases you anymore, when nothing bothers you, when nothing upsets you, when nothing knocks you off track, you are hugely powerful as a manifesting tool. You are the tool, you are the conduit for manifestation. So what's up here matters. Your mindset matters. So, and people say to me, but how do you find the silver lining, Mandy, when something terrible happens? You know, when my husband died in 2020, you can't get much more terrible than that. And I've been through the mill more than once, several occasions through my life. And yet still, what happened was Gary died. It was awful. I was grieving, but it released me to be able to move to Scotland, which I couldn't do when he was alive, because he was tied to the Freeman Hospital. There is a silver lining in everything. That does not mean his memory doesn't mean any less to me. It doesn't mean that I didn't hurt or grieve anymore. It meant that I seized the moment and I took the lessons that Gary had given me during his lifetime of living every minute to the full, of chasing and following your dreams. All of those things, that's the silver lining in every situation. Nothing should knock you off track. So that's number 2, mindset. Cultivate a positive outlook and find the silver lining. Number 3, identify what skills you have and what skills you need. We all have skills. We're all really, really good at lots of things, really good at some things, experts and geniuses at other things. And yet we don't always recognize those skills or put them to work for us. Equally, there are things that we can't do that we need to do in order to make those skills that we have work for us. So this is my tip, is identify the skills you have. What are you good at and what are you not good at? What do you need to learn and what do you need to make the most of? This is a really powerful tool. Because when you start looking at the skills that you have and the things you are good at and the things that you're not good at, sometimes the synergy between the two and one can feed into the other to help you. So think about that. For instance, I am quite confident by nature, but I can also be an introvert. So I have to use my confidence in order to overcome this urge to be in solitude or to be introverted. You wouldn't believe that of me, would you? That I'm a bit of an introvert. I enjoy my own company. I enjoy being in the house alone, doing very, very basic things like reading or pottering. So the confident side of me has to push the introverted side out of her comfort zone to do more things that I may avoid if I didn't have that confident Mandy kicking me up the ass, if you like. So that's number 3. Identify the skills that you have and what skills you need to learn. Number 4 is to define what you can do with what you have. This is really important. Looking at those skills that you have, what can you do with them? How can you put them to work for you to monetize, to bring wealth into your life, or to bring health, better health into your life, or to find the love of your life? How can you put those skills you have to work and define exactly what you can do with them? And that's about, first of all, identifying them and then saying, right, okay, what can I do with this? How can I make it work for me? That's number 4, define what you can do with what you have. Number 5, this is really important for manifestation. Live within your means. Know your ducks in a row figure. Nobody should be able to say, what's your ducks in a row figure? And you go, oh, I don't know. You should know that. You should know exactly how much it costs you to live, month in, month out, to the penny, if I'm really honest. And then you should be living within those means and then investing anything over and above that. But we'll come to that a little bit later. That's an important manifestation tool because it means that you feel secure. When you live within your means and knowing your ducks in a row figure and living within it, you feel secure because you know you've got enough money coming in. You know that you're meeting that line of what you need to live on. So live within your means. Number 6, this is one of my favorites in this top 10. I was so pleased to find this. Say yes. Say yes to every opportunity and see where it leads. Somebody phones you and says, do you fancy a night out? Say yes. Don't say no. Introverted Mandy might say no. Confident Mandy knows she needs to say yes. Whatever it is that comes up, even if you only do it for 2 months, say yes to everything you're asked to do. Not if it stops you running your business, not if it's a time thieving thing, but I'm talking about opportunities here. You never know, on that night out you're invited to, you could meet the love of your life. You could meet some important business contacts. You could make new friends, which will enhance your well-being and your life. You never know where saying yes is going to lead you. Now, I did this for a whole year, and it actually blew my mind where it took me in my business. My business, work was just coming to me. Things were just coming to me. It was an awesome thing to do. And I think it's a huge manifestation tool because it changes your outlook on life. Number 7 is live small, but plan big. And what I mean by that is be humble. You don't need the flashy stuff and the fancy stuff. You don't need all the all singing, all dancing tech. You can use free things before you have to pay for them. Be savvy, live small, but plan for the big stuff. Know what you're going to do when you make the money, how you're going to invest it, how you're going to make it work for you, how you're going to double it. In 2009, when I lost everything, I literally had nothing but £30. I had £30 in my bank account, but I had a pension pot from 3 companies, IKEA, B&Q and Summerfield. And what I did was I lived small, didn't spend any money, but I planned big. I took those pensions and I took them from the company pensions and put them into a private pension. And that was in 2010. And it was worth 210,000. In 2019, it was worth £500,000. That's what I'm saying by Live small, plan big. I rolled the dice on something that could have gone either way for me. Now, I'm not telling you to go and do this, but whilst I was playing big with those pensions and investing them in higher risk funds, I was watching every penny in my life. Me and the kids were living on homemade pancakes and lentil soup. But I had this big thing happening in the background. Number 8 is declare your intent. Declare your intent to the universe. If you have been watching me over the last couple of weeks, you will know about the coffee shop and gallery that I would like to buy next door. Right? I may get this, I may not get it, but my intent is it's already mine. I've set the intent to the universe. I want it. I know exactly what that looks like. I've had the bank manager around. The bank manager has been again today, second visit, fine-tuning the business plan to get it to credit. We could have a decision in principle by next Tuesday. This is just over a year since I had the very first conversation with the lady who owns the salon next door and said to her, if you ever want to sell it, let me know. Manifestation 101, set your intent to the universe, be vocal about it, communicate. Number 9, plan for your long term. Now I've put here extreme cheapskate-itis. I don't know whether that's a word, but I'm owning it as a word because that's the name that my daughter gave to me. She said, Mum, you're an extreme cheapskate. And I've taught her how to be the same. I love to own beautiful things, but I watch every single penny. I am an extreme cheapskate, but I'm planning for the long term. Even now, I have savings and investments for my children. They have pensions. I have a pension that's long term. Thinking about your long term means that you won't have nothing when you get there. Now, you can start doing this with a really small amount of money. You can start with £5 a month, then £5 a week. And that's how I started, really small amounts, but thinking about the long term and investing. And now I'm here in the future. You think where I started in 2009 and it's now 2022. I'm in the future that I was saving for when I had nothing, and I've got plenty. So isn't it good that I started all that time ago? And number 10, the final one here, is invest in your number one asset, you. If you don't invest in yourself, remember, going back to some of these other points on here, identify the skills you have and the skills you don't have, the things you need to know. This is where you need to be investing. When I had nothing and I was at rock bottom, I was still investing in myself. I did Jack Canfield's program. I worked with the great Jack Canfield on his program and with Bob Proctor. Now, these were not cheap programs for me to do at the time, but I invested in me. Every penny I earned over that ducks in a row, I put it away, I frittered it away, and I invested that money in me because I knew that I was the main conduit to changing my life. So ask yourself now, was I right to invest that money in me back then, or was I selfish? I think I was right. So wherever you are now, whatever you invest in yourself now, in getting the knowledge and the skills that you need to move you forward, then it's going to pay you back tenfold. Believe me, it'll never be wasted unless you don't do your research and you go and hand your money over to somebody who can't help you. If you're going to invest in yourself, find the right person for you. Find the person that you like, the person that you resonate with, the person that you trust, the person that's going to help you be a better person, a better business person, whatever it is you want to be better at. Find that person. Because if you're going to hand your money over to them to help you, whether that's a university or college, whether it's a coach or mentor, whether it's a program, whether it's a book, make sure that it's the right one for you and that the money that you invest in yourself has a return on investment, an ROI. Okay, everything you invest in you, what's the return on investment? Ask yourself that question. So those are my top 10, and you'll have heard me say lots of similar things in the past, and I will use similar things again in the future because nothing really changes. It is the same principles. I'm going to run through them all again really quickly, just as a reminder. If you want this, let me know in the comments and I'll send it to you on Messenger. So my 10 steps to manifesting success. Number 1, forgiveness and gratitude. Release yourself. Number 2, mindset. Cultivate a positive outlook. Find the silver lining. Number 3, identify what skills you have and what skills you need. Number 4, define what you can do with what you have. Number 5, live within your means. Know your ducks in a row figure. Number 6, say yes to every opportunity and see where it leads. Number 7, live small but plan big. Number 8, declare your intent. Number 9, plan for your long term. And number 10, invest in your number 1 asset, you. So there you go. On the 22nd of the 11th, 22, with a full moon pending, I have shared with you a list that popped up completely by accident at the weekend, ready for this live tonight. Remember what I said about the 22-11-22, faith and trust in yourself, service to others, balance and harmony, adaptability, diplomacy, justice and being just, following your divine soul's purpose and creating your own reality on this really high value manifestation date at a full moon. What are you going to do about that? Question. I'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place, different subject. Bye for now.